on the 11th of March, 50th minute, he lost the ball, leading to an opposition goal.
Notepad.
How old is he?
26,
like
27.
27, yeah.
27? Nah, I can't lie. He's done.
He's a grown man and we
Yeah, it's a late bloomer.
Get him out of here.
We didn't forget you, Buckaroo. Yeah,
Why is he just caught straight?
Yeah, honestly.
As far as I'm concerned, I'm getting a trophy. I guess Mav's got his little Carabao, but I'm getting a Scudetto, so we're gonna come and save him. No, but that's not the same thing. I'm not saying he's an up-and-coming talent. Don't try that. He's their captain. He's established. It's not your guy who no one knows who he is. Yo, what is everyone saying? Welcome back to another episode of the Total 90 Pod. It's been a month since our last top 10 video, so we are back with another dose of chaos. Joining me today to discuss our top 10 box-to-box centre mid /8s, whatever you want to call them. This brother is enjoying podcasts more than I am at the moment, because not only are Arsenal dropping points, but Chelsea are not even playing games right now to even ruin his weekend. Ali, how are you doing, sir?
I'm good, man. Like you said, had a stress-free weekend, 0 points dropped. You know what I mean? I can get a smile out of that right now.
Lampard 007 Logan. There's been memes, about Chelsea's gym having like 55 people in there. The guys got to wait outside and that. Well, our squad of panelists is the same thing, because no matter where I look, I'm just seeing Chelsea on the mod team, the VIPs, the panelists. We got another one infiltrating. This one's good at graphics though, so he's calm. Yaz, what's good?
What's the need for that?
No, I'm just saying, it's just too much Chelsea, man. It's a bit too much Chelsea for my liking. That's what I'm saying, you know. But hi.
I'm glad to be here again. Ready to discuss some footy by watching shows every week.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen your list, by the way. This should be intriguing.
Oh yeah.
And lastly, it is the Who Knows Ball reigning champion. It's now the crunch time of the season, and he's slowly picking up form again. The fans were turning it back on Mav, but he's slightly turning them back again. Mav, how are you feeling today, sir?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm used to the feeling of being a villain at times as well, you know. So, no, I'm looking forward to the running of the season. I'm looking forward to what we've got today as well. This should be interesting to see where people put players.
Yes. As always, the rules are very straightforward, but I'll explain it again, just in case it happens to be your first time watching. I have asked 9 people to give me their top 10 box-to-box centre mids or number 8s, whatever you want to call them, in the world this season. I've asked them to base it on individual ability, consistency, importance to their team, and then the relevant stats or whatever for their position. If somebody finishes first on your list, that means 10 points, second place equals 9 points, third is 8, so on and so forth, until 10th place on your list gets you 1 point. I then put them all into a little spreadsheet, add them all together, we have our combined list, which means that obviously if all 9 people give 10 points to the same player, that gives them a maximum total of 90. But before we see if anyone reached our total 90 today, my favourite part, the honourable mentions.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Interesting.
2 players have scored 1 point only. In 29th place, Yaz kicks us off today with Van den Boomen. Who the hell is that, Yaz?
Who's that guy?
Respect, man. This is the best midfielder in League One this season. One of the key reasons why Toulouse are surviving. Unreal player, driving the ball forward. You know, he can pass. He has a good eye. So yeah, keep an eye. He's definitely making a move next season.
Oh yeah, my eyes are closed right now, but hey, like maybe I'll open them sometime. So you never know. If he's like starts cooking a bit more, then this could be a good.
How old is he?
Back on him, like, see, that's a good question.
Yes,
how old is he?
He's got to be like 26,
like
27.
27, yeah.
27? Nah, I can't lie. He's done.
He's a grown man and we
He's a late bloomer. It's a late bloomer.
It's done. I'm there thinking like maybe he nicks a move to like, you know, a team higher up in Liga or the
Premier League mid-table and then top team and then boom, you know, next thing he's a UCL winner.
Yeah, trust. And then you wake up. Also in 29th place with 1 point. This one is only done by Tyler, so I'm not going to spend too long on it. It is Rio Hatate. I'll be honest, I only ever see this brother score mad long shots. I've never seen him like do anything that I would class as box to box personally, because I don't watch the Scottish league like that. So fair enough. Does anyone really care about Hatate like that?
What we're doing now.
Honestly, don't have a clue. I'll be real, don't have a clue.
Nevertheless, 27th place. 4 players got 2 points. Mav is responsible for this one. 2 points go to Chouameni. Mav.
That's absolutely fine that no one has joined me there. When he plays for Real Madrid, most of the time he's used more as a DM. But as we've seen from France, he is used as the box to box, and he's incredible there. And I absolutely love him. All the others I was thinking of are decent midfielders, but a bit mid. So I thought if I was to pick someone to go in the box to box role, he would be one of the first 10 I pick.
Ali, was he close to your list at all? Bear in mind that obviously he doesn't really play box to box like that.
Yeah, he ran through my mind, but that was kind of my decision to make there, innit? Like, it was whether I can class him as a box to box, and I think no. For Real Madrid, I always see him more as like the deeper one.
Yes, you're on the same boat, I suppose.
It
fair
was
enough.
him and Cruz both like more DMs this season.
All right then, 26th place. Once again, our good friend Tyler is the only one here, but I'm sure the FM nerds and whatnot are going to agree with this one because I know this guy from OSM. Turkish fella. His name is Orkun Koçu. Yeah, well done to him. Yes, any scout reports on this fella? Because as I said, I know this guy from games. That's it.
Good name, very good name, but I don't think he's top 10. But yeah, he's another one for the future.
Fair play to him. Maybe we'll see him on the list soon. Now, what you guys have not been aware of just yet is that one of the voters on the panel is our great friend Drew. He is responsible for this next name. No one else has put this guy in, but he has given 2 points to Declan Rice.
Ooh.
Now,
I was very close to joining.
as he sent me that, I sat there and I'm thinking, I kind of hear it. I've seen him do those crazy driving runs forward, but I don't think it's a facet of his game that is like, it's not his responsibility to get forward for West Ham. I think he's just there. You be that guy that defends, but every now and then, if you feel like it, yeah, sure, go on those crazy driving runs that you've been doing in Europa League and this season Conference League and that. But I wouldn't say he has like an important part to play in the final third. However, when he comes to the Emirates, he will do, and then he'll be in my top 10 list. So,
I think again for me, Rice and Chouameni are similar. People put him as a really, really high DM. I don't rate him that highly there, as people know. And I think if he is to become that next tier level, I do think he needs to do more of those driving runs. I can understand why he's put him, but
interesting.
Yeah.
Because you've never given us that thought, because you've always called him obviously very average, and that Calvin Phillips is way better than him as well.
Yeah, and I think where people put him, he's not there. You know, he's the same as Bruno. He's still a good football player, and if he is to become the player people talk about him about, I don't think it's in DM.
Yeah, fair enough. Ali, Declan Rice, any thoughts about him? Was he close? Was he on the short list, or just?
Yeah, again, he's similar to Chouameni, where I had to decide if he can make the criteria of being a box-to-box midfielder. But I think you're right in saying that if he goes to Arsenal, that's when he'll have to transition into being like a out-and-out box-to-box midfielder.
Yeah, I'd hear that. And one thing I'll say as well, before I get Yaz's thoughts, when he does have those sort of crazy driving runs and whatnot, to my memory, it's usually against these, no offense, pretty bum teams in Europe or Conference or whatever. He's not doing this against like City or like Newcastle or something. Unless, I could be proven wrong, I don't know, but to my memory, I can't think of that. Yaz, your thoughts on Rice? I guess similar, just not that position.
Considered him. It's identifying whether he's more of a DM or an 8, and you struggle with that in modern day football with those hybrid roles, right? And I think he's one of these players.
Well, we're going to be staying with you, Yaz, because in 24th place, this is not a hashtag ad or hashtag sponsored or whatever, but I know this player from So Rare, and I don't think I've even watched my man real life like that. Enzo Lefi. Yes. I hear this guy's crazy.
Yeah, I've been hearing
very, very good. And I wouldn't say like walk into and start at top team, but he's a top team player. He's only 5'7", but he can win the ball like crazy. Elite on the ball, just can drive it forward, pass it. And I think he's leaving this season. So this season he's been phenomenal, and he's just going to keep on improving.
So I have one question for you. So you said that Van den Boomen is the best midfielder in League One this season.
Correct.
But then you've got Enzo ahead of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think about that?
It's a misjudgment from my words. English is not my first language, so I forgot to say.
Is that what they're doing?
I love that.
English is not my first language. I'm not saying he's the best in the league. How else do we interpret it?
That is an elite level wiggle out.
Wow.
Wait,
so to confirm then, so Van den Boomen is or is not the best midfielder in League?
One of the best. Top 3, I'll have both. There you go.
Okay.
Top two even.
Love
Top two.
that.
Yeah, it reminds me of when Mav said that Carvajal was the best and then changed it to one of the best afterwards. I hear that. Fair enough. Any of you might have thoughts on Enzo? Because I'll be honest, I haven't really watched him like that, so I don't.
I
I
don't watch
hadn't
League
even
One.
heard of
I've
him.
always said it. I'm not going to change my opinion. Don't watch League One.
Yeah.
But I'll note him down for
Fair
FM.
enough.
I'll note him down for FM purposes.
Yeah, go for it. Note him down. In 23rd place, Alfie is on his ones here. He's a good player, to be fair. He has given 3 points to Benacer of Milan. Me personally, Milan have just been kind of boring to watch. So when I watch Milan, yeah, I'm just waiting for like Leao to do something. I'm not really watching like Tonali and Benacer and all these, man. I'm like, oh yeah, well done, mate.
Watched him do nothing against Chelsea for a while. That's about it.
I forgot they played you, man, actually. Yeah, fairs. And in 22nd, funnily enough, it's Alfie again, but this time he's joined by a closet Spurs fan. He goes by the name of Tyler, of course.
Yeah.
They have given their points to Bentancur.
I knew it. I knew someone was going to put him in this list. I knew
Good
it.
shout,
Yeah.
but injuries didn't play much this season. Can't really consider
Yeah.
him.
Now, I know Alfie probably, upon hearing this and me not having him, is going to shout at me and say, oh, but how come Gabriel Jesus gets to be in when he was injured? The simple answer is Spurs stink. That's it. All right? I don't really have another reason, but it's not as though you were flying high when he was fit and then suddenly you start flopping. You've been meaty the whole time, other than the first like month or whatever. So that is why he's not there for me. Mav, was he even a consideration since you said you knew somebody was going to do it?
I did. I'll be honest. I did consider, but then I looked at my other names and realised that their teams are far better. So again, it's one of those things that who he plays for, unfortunately, is always going to go against him.
Yeah, now, I'll be fair. I did have him on my shortlist, but of course, the agenda has to sneak in a tiny little bit. So there we go. We move on to 21st. We are almost in our top 20 of our top 10 list. Marvelous. 1 out of 9 people had this man in their list, and that one man is Ferhat 2K.
Ooh,
He has given 6 points to Camavinga.
ooh. Okay. See, that's another name I hear.
Is he responsible for contributing anything going forward necessarily? I don't think.
I mean, he literally has played centre mid probably a grand total of like 4 or 5 times this season, and been utilised in left back
Been
for
left
both
back and that.
France and Madrid. Now I can't really judge him this season when he's not playing there.
Maybe next season and the year after, I'm sure that may be the case. We now can finally move on to our top 20. This guy is quite high up, but only Aaron, that's King Aaron, Mr. GH, that has this guy in. I'm currently wearing a Napoli training top because obviously I'm a Napoli fan now. Whatever happens to Arsenal tonight, good for you guys. I'm winning Scudetto. He has given a lot of points to Zielinski.
Yeah.
Now, fair enough, Napoli's midfield has been a kind of underrated, I guess, facet of their resurgence. So I can't really argue with it, to be honest with you.
Again, you can kind of argue that he is a box-to-box. He is often the deeper of the midfielders. But then that's kind of contradicting myself because I put Tchouaméni in it. So it's one of those things, I'll be honest. I don't really understand how I think Tchouaméni goes box-to-box and Zielinski doesn't. I'm just going to say, deal with it.
Napoli's midfield just keep on switching. They all play like deeper forward. Zielinski is very good, but I've seen them without him and they still play the same way because it's just like Peach and inshallah, bro. Whip it into Osimhen or like funnel it down the wings, really. Where did they place him though? He said a lot of points.
I can't really tell you too much because it might ruin it in case maybe he put him first. You never know. First, second, or third. You never know. I can't say anything. If I say someone's put this guy very high, that means it's like top 3 or 4. But I won't say the order. 19th place. This player, I'll be honest. In my personal opinion, he's been smelling far too long for me to really consider him as one of these. Obviously, he's going to be an all-time great, sure, and that. Well done. Alfie has put this guy in, and once more, nobody else has, which, as you can imagine, means Alfie's giving this guy a lot of points. Tony Kroos. Box to box.
We just had the convo, right?
Yeah,
it's defo a convo. I can hear it.
No, I can hear from the positional perspective. For me personally,
Just not for me, top 10.
Yeah, not at all.
Yeah,
really.
whenever I see Kroos, it's like Real Madrid sometimes even look better when he comes off the pitch and stuff. So that's why I'm like, importance to team.
Like
In this season anyway, I'm not talking about like their careers or whatever. Obviously, we know what Kroos is on, but the last year or so that we're basing it on, I don't feel like he's one of the most integral parts of Real Madrid.
he's cruising. I feel like pardon the pun. I actually didn't mean that, but he is.
That's
he
a
is,
shock, by the way.
I genuinely didn't mean that. You can see, like, when you read it, you'll see my face. I did not even mean that as that. But he is literally just cruising at the moment. It's like he has, and again, he was going to retire because you can kind of see he's kind of
Every
lost
year
the
I
love
hear
for
that,
it.
innit? Father time waits for nobody. Anyway, 18th place. Now, this is the first player of mine to make it onto the list. 2 of you guys have joined me, but none of the mods or viewers or anyone. 2 guys joining me are Ali and Mav.
Okay.
We have Bernardo Silva.
Oh yeah.
Ali, you've got him the highest out of the 3 of us. So chat to us about why he's there for you.
Because I don't know if the argument for not including him is maybe he's not a box-to-box midfielder, he's not a centre mid, but I think he's played a lot of games for Man City in there this season, and I think he actually does a lot of like both sides of work kind of thing, where defensively he's solid, he's sound, he's aware, he tracks back and he runs a lot, and he's actually not that easy, despite his size, he's not that easy to shrug off the ball, so he can do that side of things, and then creatively that speaks for itself, innit? Like going forward, Bernardo Silva's amazing, so I'm surprised that he's as low as he is.
Yeah. No, I think this season I've definitely seen enough defending from him to legislate putting him in here, because like you said, we know what he's on going forward, but defensively he's really been contributing. He's been winning balls and then sending it forward to go to KDB, to go to Grealish, to go to whoever it is. When I think of box to box centre mids, Bernardo's not what crosses my mind, but I had to put him in there as like I respect what you're doing. Yaz, you don't respect what Bernardo Silva's doing. You don't have him on your list.
I respect Bernardo Silva. I really like him, but as you said, like, you think of 8 box to box. Truly say, like, I don't think any of the City midfielders like crossed my mind.
In previous seasons, he's played a lot more attacking, moving into the wide area for City.
Yeah.
I think if we go off this season, I think he absolutely qualifies as a box to box. I mean, in some games, people were asking if he's playing left wing back because of how deep he'd go back. If City are dominating games a lot, I can understand he doesn't do a lot of defending. But then, I mean, so does Rodri in games. He doesn't even defend, and he is their out and out DM in some games because they're just on the front foot.
Fair enough. There we go. 17th. This one, only Yaz and Aaron have this guy. He is in 17th place. Well done on winning that dusted league. But we've seen you in Europe, pal. Frankie de Jong. Questions got to be asked, man. That guy goes hiding in Champions League, Europa League, World Cup. He was underwhelming. But yes, you have him in your top 10.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, Europe isn't like performing to the expectations, but that's just the entirety of Barcelona's team. They've been this way since Xavi took over. He's not a knockout manager, and they will continue to struggle with him in Europe. However, in the league, he's been absolutely crucial to their like revamp in the midfield. Just you watch him, like, man, I would have taken him at Chelsea in the summer when we were linked with him, and I thank the God he didn't go to United. I disagree with underwhelming at the World Cup. I thought he played to the expectations.
I didn't like him.
Nothing more, nothing less. Probably different expectations, right?
He was in the draft of names, 100%, and it was a toss-up between him and who I put 10th.
Right. 16th place. Ali and Mav have joined forces for this one.
Oh, hello, Ali.
Nobody else will be there.
God, yeah, there you go.
The name is Bruno Guimaraes.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, listen, for me personally, that's a transformational guy. I would have loved him at Arsenal. He's probably the deepest of their midfielders. Yeah. They have, like, if anything, I'd rather have like Joe Willock on there or like Joe Linton or something like that, like than Bruno Guimaraes, like in that position. So that's why he's not on mine. It's not that I don't rate his team. I just see him as DM. He is. Yeah, I don't see really like going forward.
I hear that, to be
fair.
But
Mav, you going pretty high, so.
Yeah, no. I feel like if a team had a actual defensive midfielder, he's not touching that position. I think he's obviously asked to play there quite a lot right now for Newcastle because there's just literally not a DM in their squad. Going into any team in a box-to-box role, I think it'd be absolutely massive.
Yeah, I'm very much on the same page because like I kind of went away from the criteria I was using elsewhere for him, because even though he is playing mainly as the deepest man, he shows that he's definitely more than capable of playing box to box, innit?
I can't lie. Now that I've said what I just said, I kind of wish I put Joe Willock on my list. Or even Joe Linton, just for this. Just for a nice little 10th place for that. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Just little Joe Willock in there. Why not, man? Bit of Halo, bro.
If Willock added a proper end product, he would be so
He'll get there,
amazing.
He'll get there.
He'll be so amazing.
Not true.
Whoa. Yeah, respect to Joe Willock.
What did you just say?
I think he said not true.
No,
For a
not
guy that
true,
would
not
walk
true.
into Chelsea.
Not true.
What, is that what he said?
Not
Yeah,
true.
that's definitely not true. Definitely, he doesn't even get on our bench.
Anyway, 15th place. Ali, you're on your ones this time. So how about that? And in fact, you're joined by Alfie and Tyler. So make of that what you
that
will.
is poor company to have, my friend.
I'll take it.
Box to box midfielder. Mac. Alistair.
Box to box.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about.
So what would you guys
about
call
that.
him then if you're not calling him box to box? Because I hear maybe what you're saying, but what would you say he is?
I don't see him with almost any defensive responsibility in that.
Yeah, that's what I
Brighton
agree.
But
team.
he's
I
played a lot of
agree.
games for Brighton as the six this season. As the man that is.
Has he?
He has
he?
played
Yeah.
a couple.
Has he? Maybe he might have.
Yeah,
I'm
and now
not aware of
six.
that.
Do you know what? I've
thought
never seen
Caicedo would
it.
have
Fair
been
enough. I've never seen it. Yeah, I've never seen it.
I've not watched Brighton and seen him behind, let's say, Gross
same.
and Caicedo or
Yeah,
whatever.
same. I've always seen for sure Caicedo doing way more defending than I've ever seen McAllister do.
Yeah.
When playing for either Brighton or Argentina.
I had him
or whatever
shortlisted
Brighton's
just because
game, so-
I've seen a few tackles and whatnot. Like I hear it, but I just when there's multiple players that I think defend like way more than you do, and I don't really like his main thing is just scoring goals.
Remember, I saw something like how he was used as a 25% of his minutes last season, even under Potter. I had him, but I wouldn't like take him over the guys on my list. But
Yeah, I was
would
gonna say
consider
you're
him
all
as
there
an
doing the
eight,
arguments for him, mate. You didn't even put him in.
Yeah, like I see where like they're coming from, because I think the first half Lallana fit, he was like in the pivot with Caicedo, right? But now with Gross, I think Mac is like more of a 10, and then Gross is like the 8.
That's what I'm saying. 14th place. I know someone's gonna be unhappy with this one. Amongst the panelists, Ali's on his ones for this one, but this time he's joined by Drew and Tyler. This guy had his first good game in about 4 months just last week, and suddenly he's back in people's top 10s. His name is Barella. I think I will start on this because, as we all know, Barella is a fantastic midfielder. However, there were times where I was getting cooked by the rats in Kurt's chat for asking, when is the last time that we've seen Barella play good, as a genuine question? And then Kurt was not answering me, but he would say himself, like, Barella, it's time to fix up, mate. And I'm there like, oh. So when I'm asking, when is Barella going to start playing good again, it's a blasphemy, it's a sin. But you can acknowledge that he's not played good for time. But yeah, I guess the idea of Barella has made guys like Ali put him top 10. So Ali, talk us through your Barella thoughts here.
Yeah, man, from what I see of him, it gives me vibes of like Kovacic that can score, which if Kovacic could score, it'd be an amazing centre mid. So I don't know, he can shoot, he can pass. I like him, and he's doing well this season, scoring goals in the Champions League, scoring goals in the league.
I mean, if we were going off last season, the conversation would be very, very different, 100%. But at the end of the day, we're going off this season, right, and what we've seen recently. And yeah, he just does not make top 10 off of his performances this year. At the end of the day, everyone else on my list personally has performances every week. You know, they don't go on and off the boil like he has this season. And that might be Inter Milan.
That's a bold
well,
statement.
but...
Everybody else on your list.
Well, just to clarify, by the way,
consistency.
because obviously, Ali did say that he's been scoring his goals in Serie A. Barella hasn't scored in Serie A since October 2022. So there you go. It's been about 20 games in Serie A that he hasn't scored. But like I said, because he scored on the big stage Champions League, suddenly he's in everyone's top 10 again. That's no dramas.
That
goes
was
sometimes,
an
man.
only good performance in a while in the UCL. It's not like he's used to the big lights. He's afraid of them sometimes. Porto, I don't think he was their best midfielder. There's even an argument: is he even the best Italian Nicolo? I don't think so, right? Especially in the league with Fagioli at Juventus and Zaniolo, like in Galatasaray doing his thing.
Yeah. I start to think about, is he even the best Nicola, even if you include Africans? Because we didn't have Nicola Pepe as well. So just some food for thought, guys. Some food for thought.
Relax on that one, by the way. Absolutely relax on that one, please.
Apologies. All right. Anyway, 13th place. Now we get some more controversy. Mav, thanks to you and the points you've given this man, he's almost made it into our top 10. Lovely. You of all people, I'm surprised he's here.
Lovely.
Bruno Fernandes. Yeah. Only you.
Only me.
Oh, out of us four, yes, only you.
That's a surprise. That is really a surprise that I'm the only one to put him there. Bruno's best performances have come about in a box-to-box position. And I will admit, he does work really hard and he does defend. And he very much gets the ball off of the centre-backs and the goalkeeper quite often and plays from them. So for that reason, he's in my top 10 because he is top 10 in the world in that position. So
is Bruno consistent?
That's all he is. Consistently getting metrics. That's all he ever has been.
Intriguing.
The only question I'll agree with is in big games.
I wonder, because obviously, like I said, before the World Cup, smelly. At the World Cup, he was good. He definitely wasn't a box-to-box. At the World Cup, he was playing right wing.
Yeah, right wing for Portugal.
That's already about 5 months of the season taken out there. We then get to January. Again, he was still playing some games at right wing. But recently, in the last month or so, he's played a couple games where he's been a lot deeper, and United fans are like, wow, this guy is kind of cooking here. In the last month, I would say. So it's interesting that the last month of recency can get you into a top 10 list of box-to-box midfielders, but that's okay. Yaz, your thoughts on what I've just stated there about obviously Bruno not really playing as a box-to-box prior to, let's say, March?
Defensively, he's improved. I agree with Mav this season. He's getting in more actions, doing his thing, right? But it's just a matter of consistency and providing when it matters the most. Too many times where he disappears with other players as well. Rashford, we didn't forget you, Buckaroo. Yeah,
why is he just caught straight?
Yeah, honestly, where the hell is that come?
Game, man.
Anyway, yeah,
Bruno. Solid player, but top 10, I'm not sure really.
Fair enough, Rashford. You're gonna you have 24 hours to reply once you see this, man. But fairs. Anyway, yeah. So Bruno has made it into 13th. Fair play to him. 13th, 12th, and 11th are all joint, by the way. So you can look at it as they both, or all three of them, missed out. 12th place. Let me see who had him. It's only Ali out of us lot. He's joined by Tyler and Frohat. I don't really care for this guy too tough, so I'm not gonna waste too long. And I'm sure Ali hasn't watched him as much as he would like to pretend to you guys. It is Mr. SMS Sergej Milinkovic-Savic. I personally watched him cook 2 or 3 times before the World Cup. Since the World Cup, I'll be honest, I don't care enough to watch Lazio. So I don't have some crazy thoughts on him. But Ali, let's hear your scouting report on SMS.
Look, I'm not going to pretend that I've watched him that much, but he's one that has been solid for years, and he's not having a stinker this season. He's still doing his thing. Lazio are doing decent with Sarri, so you know what I mean. I think he deserves a shout in there as a top 10. Like to list.
When you say not that much, do you mean like 0 games? Is that
No.
I was about to ask, Amenyah. I was about to ask. Very honest response. How many Lazio games have you watched this season?
I've probably tuned in for like 6 or 7 and not even watched the full 90. But you know what I mean.
Oh,
you still see a player. You still see a player, you still think, okay, this guy's good. If you're going to list 10 centre mids in the world right now, I don't think it's fair not to include him.
I'm going to Google afterwards, yeah, BT Sports schedule, if they've even put 7 Lazio games like that. I'm going to check it, but fair enough. Like I said, I like him, but I haven't watched him since the World Cup, so yeah, that's why he's there. I'm not going to use too much time on him because we need to get into our top 10. So 11th, just missing out. The Chelsea guys, they tried their best. But he's not made the top 10. Enzo Fernandez. How can you be box to box and you're struggling to keep up with the pace of the game? I hear it. The gym is full and whatnot, so maybe he's not got time, but at least some home workouts or something so that he's not huffing and puffing to get forward and get back each time. Nevertheless, Yaz.
Basing it off his performances this entire season, his best position, and I will double down on it, is an 8. Obviously with Chelsea, he's more of a 6. Because to be fair, we had a clueless manager and then a manager who was going through a rough, tough period. You don't really see him like see his maximum ability, which is the 8, which is what we've seen at Benfica, we've seen at Argentina, we've seen at
Okay, so your
River
top
Plate
your top 10
even.
list then is potential, not this season, because you're
No, no,
telling me
no, no,
things
no, no,
about.
no, 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 not potential. This season, the Enzo Benfica is more of an 8, and I will still put him top 10, keep him in the same position. Argentina Enzo was an 8, would still keep him in the same position, and even River Plate, because the season in Argentina is a bit weird. It starts like at the beginning, like of the European thing, right? As well.
Yeah, Ali, he didn't make your list. Some cause for concern, perhaps.
No, man, I want to apologise to my fellow Blues fans out there. Because if I had put him in my list, he would have made the top 10. So I've let him down there. It's because
Yeah.
he's played all of his Chelsea games almost as a 6, and I've been screaming that we need to release him, but we don't have that capability in the
Yeah.
squad right now. So for now, I guess we'll have to classify
Yeah.
him as a 6.
So just so you know, he's 2 points off this guy in 10th place. So yeah, how do you just give him like a little 9th place or something? Maybe if you had just taken out SMS,
Disappointed.
maybe
No.
you could have.
Disappointed, man.
Yeah.
I
Wait,
don't-
he's put
I don't
SMS in and not Enzo. Fair.
Yes. Yeah, I think he just forgot. So there we go. We can finally get our top 10 cracking. Bosh. That's going to be a lot of cropping to do, but there we go. 10th place. As you know, like I said, I'm wearing the top because I am a Napoli ultra nowadays. And this man, oof, what a player. Zambo, Anguissa. Only myself and Mav amongst the 4 of us have done it, but Aaron and Tyler have got their fists up like that to join us as well. Mav, I'll let you kick
They
this
know,
one off since he didn't really.
you know ball. You know ball. That's all I need to say is you know ball.
Come
Because Zambo Anguissa is an absolute monster. Every time I watch him, I forget that this brother played for Fulham.
Bro, I never rated him at that, ever.
And started so poorly at Fulham, and I used to laugh at him. I didn't want to say too much because earlier, because obviously the Zielinski shout. But for me, Zielinski is obviously the deeper one of the two, and Zambo is the box to box out of the two. I don't understand it. He's an absolute baller, and I like him a lot.
I never knew that guy could go forward. And I tell you what, if we had him available for the Milan tie, Leao's not doing that run where he just drives through the midfield about like 5-6 players and then cuts it back to Giroud. I think we go through to the Champions League semi-final, but sadly, yeah, we weren't able to.
You're really sold,
I was trying to
sold
think.
on this we thing.
No one's there.
Would
I was
you-
trying to think, when did
We-
Arsenal
Listen.
play Napoli? Like, where
We.
did this go?
Bro, I don't know if you're aware, but I'm a Napoli ultra. Like, you can't debate this. I literally am, bro. I went there. I didn't die. You know, nobody beat me up. So therefore, they were like, yo, like, yeah, you're one of us, bro. Come on. Like, so as far as I'm concerned, like I said, I'm getting a trophy this. I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting a trophy. I guess Mav's got his little Carabao, but I'm getting a Scudetto. So anyway, like I said, I think he's great. I had no idea he can even attack. I thought he's just your bog standard, like DM, go win it and give it to someone that can play football. But evidently, I don't know what he's consuming in Italy. Maybe it's the pizza or something that is really nice, but he's been cooking. So fair play to him. We'll go to 9th place. Sadly, I was here again, but not one of you guys joined me. Fortunately for me, the mods and the viewers and VIPs have joined me on this one. We have Seiko Fofana. Guys know already my love for this guy. I've been yearning for him to come to Arsenal for a while now. He has got Lens. Well, currently, I think they're 2nd place now. They might have changed in the last few days. They might be 3rd now at this point. But either way,
which is
they've
so
been
crazy.
they've been there or thereabouts here with Lens, with their rubbish McDonald's kit. Admittedly, this is the one that I've watched the least. I would say maybe 3 games. And again, this is before the World Cup and then only 1 post World Cup because it's not even about the team. The kit annoys me, bro. The kit is so ugly that I don't even want to watch it on my television. But incredible baller. Yaz, why didn't you join me, son?
Can't lie to you. I just completely the name didn't cross my mind. I
Yeah,
don't
but you
know
had
why.
Van der Boomen from Toulouse.
Yeah, because I watch more
Same.
Toulouse than Lens. I went with what my eyes have seen.
Fairs. I hear that. I know Ali's not watched him, so I'm not even going to ask his thoughts. Yeah, and Matt doesn't watch Liga either, so there we
I
go.
don't.
But keep your eye out, you man. Just keep your eye out. Don't worry. He signed his new contract last year, but we're
How
gonna,
old is
we're gonna
he?
come and save him. No, but that's not the same thing. I'm not saying he's an up and coming talent. Don't try that. He's their captain. He's established.
I
It's
didn't
not
call
your
him
guy who no
upcoming.
one knows who he is.
I said he's
no one.
he's a solid player.
No one knows your guy, and he's like 28, bro. No one knows him, fam. At least guys know who Fofana is. They're just not really watching him. No one knows your guy. It's Van den Boomen, bro. Get that booming guy out of here. Anyway, 8th place. Again, don't say where you have them. I'm just gonna say one of you has him very, very high. 8th place, 22 points. Pedri. Yeah, want to kick us off?
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Whoa, yeah.
That's wild.
You want to kick us? Do you want to kick us off?
it's wild. I'm actually baffled. I don't know what to say. Hey,
So, you have him, Ali has him. The other two people are Aaron and Furhat. Tyler, Alfie, Drew, myself, and Mav have not put him
maybe
on the list.
because he didn't play like in like a few games that you just like forgot about him, or like.
I didn't
like,
forget him.
I did not forget him.
I didn't forget him.
There was
I
no
actually think he's.
forgetting on
I
my
think he's
part.
really good. I think he's really good. Incredible footballer. I didn't forget him. I just, again, when it comes to La Liga, Barcelona, I just couldn't care what you're doing there
understand, right?
because
It's
media.
a
And
dead
like,
team.
let's be honest.
Boring.
Yeah, you aren't defending much against Elche and Girona and that.
Yeah.
When I see you in Champions League and whatnot, and let's say World Cup as well, I don't see him as a box to box like that. He's an incredible footballer. It's not even trying to downplay him or say he's media or overrated or nothing. I think he's great. He doesn't. I don't know why. I can't even give you a reason. Genuinely, it's the first
Yeah,
one.
it's
I
one
don't
of
have a
these
reason.
like things you just don't.
I don't
know.
have a reason. I don't have a reason. It's just not
For me.
You just have to charge it, man.
Watching Barca with and without Pedri is watching Man City versus Burnley. He unlocks low blocks. He can his combo play, the way he dribbles with the ball, like finds a space and just runs into it, and then links up with Lewandowski. Some would say like Lewandowski without Pedri is nothing, and he is nothing to be fair, Lewandowski. But top 10 strikers.
He's currently nothing at the moment, but yeah.
Yeah, with the description you gave out, like 8 center mids. I thought Pedri would immediately.
No,
pop
you're
in my
right.
head.
You're right, and I can't even again. I didn't even forget him. I was just like, nah, man. I'm just not doing
Honestly,
it.
same. Literally same. I
I
can't even say I
genuinely
don't
have
rate
a
him or
reason.
anything either. I don't know. I don't know.
Just like, no, man. Just have to just accept it.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I agree. You have to just
Yeah.
hold that,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Seventh place, 31 points. Me and Mav are flying the flag together. This is not good for me. Me and Mav are flying together.
This has
Okay.
happened a couple of times. bro.
While Yaz and Ali are nowhere to be seen. Ilkay Gundogan.
Oh, fair
I
enough.
don't know how it. I don't know how it's only
I'm
me
more
and
shocked
you.
at that one.
What the hell? How is that
Well,
only
I
me
mean,
and you?
okay, so out of the four of us, but
Oh,
Drew,
sorry, out of the
Alfie,
four of
and
us.
Aaron have
Okay,
joined.
okay,
Drew,
okay,
Alfie, and
okay,
Aaron
that-
have joined us.
That
So
makes
he
more
is-
sense
yeah.
then. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
absolutely. Box to box centre mids list. Gundogan has to be in there. He has to be in there. I don't know how he cannot be in top 10.
I would say that the only criteria I can maybe hear it for him not being there would be importance to team. Only because yes, he scored like crucial goals and he is an important player to their team. But I guess like if you don't have Gundogan playing, the alternatives aren't like disgraceful. They're not gonna be like a massive detriment to your team.
Man City midfielders just fly like through your head. They have so much depth. As you said, not really important to the team. They drop him, it's not the end of the world. But something about him, man, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I just like maybe because he's more of a bench player.
No, I hear that. I didn't like him much at the World Cup either, to be fair. I've just remembered
Yeah.
how much I disliked that World Cup. So maybe in my head I'm dropping him down one more place, but I still think he has to be in the top 10.
I'll be honest, I kind of forgot him, but thinking now, the reason that I forgot him is exactly the reason why he probably doesn't deserve to be in the list, innit? Because he just doesn't play enough. He's nothing. He's not standing out in that Man City team, innit? I feel like they could replace him and somebody else could do his role and look maybe not as good, but almost just as good. So yeah, doesn't stand out enough for me.
Fair enough. And in 6th place, what you notice so far is that of all the players mentioned, there's been not one that all of us have come to an agreement on, that we all have him in the list. This time, every single panelist has this name in, except Ali. Ali, can you guess the name?
I'm gonna guess Martin Odegaard.
The name is Granit Xhaka.
Oh,
You,
what?
Ali, being an Arsenal hater, have decided that Granit Xhaka is not a top 10 box-to-box midfielder this season. I'm
In
gonna
the
start with you.
world?
Bro, come on. What we do? Like, come on.
I mean, Amenyah, before Ali answers, I'll give him time to answer and make up whatever nonsense he's about to say. I had to Google search just to check, but he said Gundogan doesn't play enough for him. 26 games in the Prem, 10 in the Champions League, 42
Yeah,
in
but
total
how many
this
off the
season.
bench?
Which is not enough.
How many off the bench?
42.
That's
No,
not-
How many
no,
off
no.
the
It doesn't
bench?
matter. It doesn't matter. you think
does
42
matter, though. It
appearances
does
is not
matter.
enough?
How many of them?
It does matter a little bit. To be fair, it does kind of
lot.
matter. How many is it starts? How many? Is it starts?
Okay. So
I don't know what. So I'm interested.
Right, I'm not. I can't do the math on the top of my head. But minutes played in Prem, 1,939. Minutes played in Champions League is 738. 228 minutes out of 3.
He's got all
FA
of
Cup,
it.
100.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. Like that's quite a lot of appearances, especially in the Champions League. But
they
that's
play
not
their
enough.
B
No,
team
but
for
to
the
be
group
fair-
stages. That's why he's getting a run out in the Champions League early days.
They play their B team for the
Yeah,
group.
I can't lie, league. So I kind of hear where they're coming from, to be honest. But hey, Ali, we haven't forgot Buckaroo. Please, Xhaka. Why is he not in the top 10?
Because you know what I mean, he's nothing. I don't think he brings. There's nothing in his game that like he excels at. Let's just look at Xhaka as a player. Tell me what he does. That's so amazing.
Bro. Okay,
Odegaard
go on.
against
I'll
Luka.
let you do it. I'll let you do it.
He can switch the ball from deep, find the long range passes. He's got that in his locker. His combo play with Martinelli down the left hand side has been crucial for them. His vision is very good. Like I don't see why you don't think he's top 10.
His vision isn't up there with some of the centre mids on my list anyway. Like switching
but
passes
he's
a
top
lot.
10.
Gracious, man.
I don't think it's
You have
top 10.
Malinki Savage on your list.
Now you're a serious hater. You
have
are a
Serge Malinki
like.
Savage
You're not even
on
trying to like. At least just say like, yo, like I'm a hater. This guy's trying to justify.
No, because honestly, on this one,
genuinely.
I don't think that I genuinely don't think I'm hating in it. I'm astonished that he's top 10 centre mids in the world. Granit Xhaka. Would you man have been
So
saying
who hasn't, Amenyah, who hasn't included him? Sorry, who did you say?
Only Ali. Only everyone else.
So everybody else has included him, but you're still somehow astonished and don't think you were a hater.
That's what's astonished me. No,
and
that
Amenyah
is
can
what has-
confirm I was one of Xhaka's biggest haters, and I can't.
Yeah.
You can't hate no more. If you've watched him this season, you cannot. I'm sorry, you cannot say he's not a good football player.
No, I think
never said
Ali
he was
watches
a
match of
football
the day.
player.
That's
I said
why
top
because
10.
they told him that it was his fault that we didn't beat Liverpool. So I think Ali watches match of the day and they says, okay,
Bro, the way Chelsea play, I haven't watched match of the day all season.
no, but you tune in for the Arsenal part and then lock it off, TV off, like, and that's it. I'm going to bed. Fair enough, man. Even if he's not on your list, he is one of the first names you think of as a box to box because he now has that license to get forward and make those third man runs and help out Martinelli and Trossard and Jesus and that. And defensively, we've seen what he's on for the last couple years before that as well. So there we go. I'm not gonna waste too much time because we have to get into our top 5. In 5th place, everyone has this player except Mavin Tyler. Mavin Tyler. 5th place, 35 points, 1 point above Xhaka, is Valverde. I'll let Mav kick us off. Obviously, you've not got Valverde in there, so
Yeah, I don't have him in there. And again, I've put Bruno box to box, so this is going to sound like absolute nonsense, and I agree because it is in so many ways. But he also plays right wing and defends from there. I mean, he's even been known to play right back at previously in his career. Such a jack of all trades, which is kind of what a box to box is. So I don't know why I don't class him as it, but something in my head just won't let me class him as it. I don't know. I really don't.
Is Granit Xhaka better than Valverde? Yeah.
Box to box.
Season?
Yes. And I actually watched Madrid, and I can confirm yes.
That's confirmation. I don't know about that one there, but
I can confirm. I believe so.
I'm gonna
yes.
back Mav.
Box to box.
Valverde had a few smelly months, and we
Yes.
saw him at the World Cup.
surprise.
Ooh. Valverde's on my list. Anyway, like I said, what I would say though is maybe he's not really a box to box centre mid. He just is box to box. That's it. Like
Yeah,
forget
what
he
I
plays.
think you're right, yeah.
He just is in the actual match. He is box to box,
Right.
but he doesn't. He's not necessarily like an 8 like that or a traditional 8 what you'd look at with like let's say you're like all these Gerrards and Lampards of the years gone by. But when he's playing, you will see him up and down the pitch doing marathon sprints. So
I agree, and
fair enough.
I think you've kind of answered it there for me. You're just gonna have to deal
fair
with it.
enough. Oh, we have no choice.
Yeah.
He's not made the top 4.
Yeah.
Someone who has made the top 4. What do you know? For the first time, the 4 of us do have this player in.
Oh
But
my god.
it is not a full house because Alfie and Aaron have decided that this guy's not for them. And when you say Alfie's involved, and I think most guys know, watching by now, who it's going to be. Englishman, place in the Bundesliga. His name is Jude Bellingham, in 4th place with 40 points. Alfie and Aaron said no.
Respect Alfie. I respect Alfie.
Why does... Don't say respect. You have him in your
No,
list.
I have him. I have him.
Respect.
I'm not saying I have him, but I respect him dropping him because, like, I see why. He's done that.
And yet you've put him relatively high. You put him higher than Ali and Mav. So go on.
I think he's an elite guy on the ball to progress it forward from their box to the opposition's box, right? No debate about that.
So box to box.
Yeah. So he can shoot the ball, score lots of goals, right? But my lord, once he loses the ball and once he gets singled out, he is nowhere to be seen. This guy is a ghost. He just makes a lot of mistakes. In fact, I have a notepad here that I've done recently called Jude Watch, where I would note down every mistake he's made. For example, Schalke on the 11th of March, 50th minute, he lost the ball, leading to an opposition goal.
Have a notepad. Dude, I thought you were bantering.
Yeah.
I actually thought you were bantering.
I do.
And yet,
here
he is ahead of
top 5.
Frankie in your list, who said it's incredible and he was so good in La Liga, and wow, he was impressive in the World Cup. He's ahead of Xhaka. He's ahead of...
It's okay to call players good, but it's also important to highlight their weaknesses. But that doesn't mean the player is...
It doesn't quite sound like that's what you're doing, though. Like, I'm not really hearing the positives.
No, I'm not speaking for me. I'm speaking for why... Like, I understand why Alfie dropped him out.
Sounded like you were giving us a lot more weaknesses than you were positives, but fair enough.
No.
You have a journal on him, so
the truth. That's why I highlight.
Do you have the positive dates and times of Jude Watch?
Oh no! The Jude Watch is just his mistake.
Fascinating.
Yeah, because it's positive. Like everyone sees it.
That is elite hating right there, though.
Fascinating. Mav, you said you hate Alfie sometimes. Can we hear about why you do hate Alfie?
Everyone knows why, but it's almost like he's trying to be cool by disliking players that other people like sometimes. You can dislike Dortmund, you can dislike English tax or whatever Jude's got on him, and I kind of agree, him being English is always going to hype him up. But if you're doing a top 10 box-to-box midfielders, Jude Bellingham has to be in it. We can't just pretend that because he's got a few flaws here and there. I've never watched a football player that didn't have flaws somewhere in their gameplay.
Yeah, and it's remarkable that we're not going to see any comments from Yaz about Enzo Fernandez's weaknesses. He only speaks about the good things, but when it's Bellingham, it's let's talk about all the bad things, but he's still good.
No, don't do that.
Let me tell you something.
This is like, don't put those words in my mouth.
This is cowardly from you, because what you've done here, I see your game. You've done a massive sit on defense. So I'm gonna put Bellingham in my top 5, so that if he's good, I'll be like, oh yeah, look, I always knew. But I'm gonna completely slander him and say he's only good at shooting and that's it. So that if he's not what people build him up to be, you'll be like, oh, remember when I said this on the pod in April 2023? Which one is it, pal? I'm fascinated because
my statements highlighting his flaws was in reply to Mr. Aaron saying that he hates Alfie sometimes. And I said, listen, I understand why he doesn't like. I understand why he thinks Jude is not top 10, right? Because Alfie is an elite hater.
That's more than understanding. That's agreeing.
You can't understand.
That's not understanding.
I'm not agreeing. I am understanding. Like, I'm not agreeing because I clearly have.
So you are passionately understanding him then. Because I heard a lot of aggression in the tone when you were reading from your booklet.
I mean,
that's all I'm concerned by.
I have a notebook.
You have the agenda.
Listen,
I think if any of you are the one that has the book in front of you, I know you hear it. Like,
Bro was ready to bash him, even though
I understand. I understand how good he is.
Okay,
but I also identify his flaws because people just see.
I agree with you.
Right?
I agree with you. I just all I mentioned was just the passion with which it was delivered. That's all. It wasn't like, oh, by the way, like, come on, guys, let's talk about this. It was like you're waging war against Bellingham, but it's okay. Anyway, he's not made the top 3. We are here for some more controversy. We have 3 players left, and still we are yet to all agree on one name. Believe it or not, out of the 9 people involved, this guy got 3rd place. with 4 people not even having him on the list. Those 4 people are Tyler, Alfie, Ali, and Mav.
Oh God, I'm in such bad
Mav
company.
gave
Oh,
me a little bit of
God.
hope there, but I don't know.
Okay. Who's this?
In 3rd place, we have Odegaard.
I'm happy
26
with that. I'm
points.
happy with that.
Oh no, I'm fine with this. I'm absolutely
Nah,
fine. With this.
I see now.
You ain't seen him as an 8. Odegaard.
I'm fine with. Yeah, I'm absolutely fine with this 10.
He's a 10 for me.
Okay, long 10.
He's a 10 for
That
me.
makes
How's
sense
he a
there.
He's a 10 for
He's
me.
a 10. Okay, yeah, it's clear that you guys don't really watch Arsenal anymore. You guys probably think we play like 4-2-3-1 or something like the.
Wait.
the good old days,
When
bro.
you
Yeah.
when you against me putting Bruno as box to box?
You can do whatever you like.
No,
I
no,
have
I'm just.
seen-
I know. I'm asking
Since-
because you would ask me if this
no,
was
so-
me.
so-
You would ask
so
me.
let me answer then.
I'm just asking. That's all I'm
Since
saying.
August, not since 3 or 4 weeks ago, since August, I've seen Martin Odegaard pick the ball up from Saliba, pick the ball up from Benjamin White, pick the ball up from anyone defensively. He can even be in between centre backs at times. Pick the ball up, drive forward, and start those counter attacks where he boom, one ping to Xhaka, he makes a bursting run forward. Who's on the end of it? Odegaard himself, or Odegaard makes the final pass. So thank you very much. He has been playing that 8 role since the beginning of the season, even last season, but it's not about last year anyway. So it's this season alone. Every single game.
I agree. I
Every
think
single
you're
game
confused.
Odegaard has
I
played.
think you're confused. My
not.
issue is that you question me putting Bruno there. Bruno has also been receiving the ball off of defenders and goalkeepers his entire time at Man United. But you're now trying to argue for Odegaard, who plays very similar and a similar style to Bruno as a box to box.
Because
but
what did
Bruno
I?
wasn't.
Because what did I? But you're not. No. You didn't listen to my argument. What did I say? I'll repeat it. But it's the broadcast is there. But I'll say it again. Up until the World Cup, he was meaty. Everyone agreed he wasn't good. So that's already August, September, October, November. 4 months gone. World Cup, he played right wing for Portugal, right?
Yep.
November, December, gone. January, he came back to United, and then we started seeing him play somewhat differently. So I'm talking about a player that has been doing it for the entire season. You're talking about a guy that started to play a bit deeper recently. That is the difference that I was highlighting. Not whether you want to count Bruno or not. I just said he was meaty for a long time, and then from the World Cup onwards, I've rated this thing, but I'm not going to put him there. Any questions?
No.
That's what I thought. Thank you.
Bruno has done that since he's been at United, and you just said Odegaard has done it for the whole time he's been at Arsenal.
And Bruno was bad. This is the difference. What is not clicking? Yes, help me out. You have Odegaard in your list.
I guess that's
Yeah.
where I disagree.
Honestly, when you see them off the ball, he's legit copying, like mirroring the movements of Xhaka and the positioning of Xhaka. Why is Xhaka box to box and not Odegaard when they're legit mirroring each other on different sides?
Yeah,
of the pitch?
there's been games where Xhaka has been further forward on
Yeah.
the like post game position heat map thing. So you know.
I think
Fascinating.
Odegaard's been, as I said, since day one elite, and as Amenyah said, since last season he's been playing that like 8 role, you can call it.
Yeah, I just think his profile is more of a 10's profile. Like what I like about him and his game just is more attributed to a number 10. I think he does do that, like coming to get the ball off the centre backs, but that's more because I think Partey can't do it.
What?
He has to be the one to come and do that. But I think in the final third,
What?
in those tight spaces, Partey's not got the tech to play like a Jorginho, Busquets 6.
Guys forget people were
It
doing it
matters the
for an
most.
entire season. Interesting what guys forget was happening. No worries. We're gonna say, listen, this could be very peak because we're playing Man City tonight. For those that are unaware, we're recording this obviously Wednesday, so we're gonna play City tonight. Probably gonna get packed in, and it's gonna look even worse. So I'm not even gonna say anything. I'm gonna just say, fair enough. You think that he cannot pick up the ball up from our defenders? Interesting. No dramas. Odegaard is gonna be third on our list of box to box 8s, whatever you wanna call them. And I agree, he should be there because that's where he's been playing. I don't care what profile Ali likes. He's been playing box to box. So, word on liking him as a 10, but we don't play a 10. So, good for you. Anyway, second place. Would you believe it? The 4 of us do have this guy in,
Oh my God.
but it's still not a full house because Aaron, Tyler, and Furhat, 3 people haven't put. Second place has 51 points out of 90. He's barely just past halfway. It is Luka Modric.
Wait, can you say the names again who don't have him in the
Aaron,
list?
Tyler, and Furhat. Now that to me
Okay,
is
that do you know
remarkable.
what you saying? Furhat surprised me completely. I thought Furhat knew ball. And
What are you saying? Some question marks around Furhat, yeah?
No, I mean, no, because he's got too many. He's got too many good calls for this one call to throw it. But I'm just saying Furhat watch potentially because I think a couple top 10 lists he's thrown a few shakers into the mix.
Just if you're interested, he doesn't have Gundogan on the list. He doesn't have Zambo and Anguissa on his list.
Yeah,
top
yeah,
10.
yeah. Furhat watch from me a little bit with these top 10 lists for sure. Yeah, he doesn't have okay. I'm just gonna let you guys.
Well, listen, I was fortunate enough to watch the fella live in the flesh at Anfield, and I was surprised because I know everyone keeps on talking about his age thing and whatever, and it's annoying me to be honest with you because I don't hear it considering he was nobody up until 27. However, this season I saw him go to Anfield and this guy was genuinely picking the ball up from CBs and at his grand old age was beating 3-4 man and playing Benzema or Vinny through. I think it was for the goal that Benzema kind of went round the keeper or whatever. I think it's the 4th or the 5th goal that they scored when they crashed it on them. Modric's run there, I said, wow, fair enough. Have to respect it. Again, in the league, yes, Madrid aren't cooking that much, but I just don't think they care much about the league, man. They just like to collect their CLs. Yaz, can you hear why Furhat's not got him, or are you not gonna?
No.
You're so annoying. You're actually so annoying sometimes.
I just have to ask the question.
It's the way you phrase stuff.
It's probably gonna be a discussion of why he's in there. And see. But for me, watching Real Madrid, the way he has the ability to just unlock things and change the game is just phenomenal. You don't have that with any other midfielder, really. It's Luka Modric, really.
Yeah, no, I hear it. Ali, your thoughts on the mate Luka Modric?
Yeah, man, I've had to watch this guy dominate my team 3 seasons in a row, and I can't lie, like he hasn't had to like reinvent the way he plays or anything based on like his age. Like he still does Luka Modric. Like he still glides past players. He's still in the final third. He's still coming deep. Like it's actually astonishing. I don't know how anyone could possibly not have him in their top 10 list.
I hear all those perspectives. Now, we go on to our number 1. This player, would you believe it, for the first time, maybe ever, we have not got a single name out of all 29 that 9 people agree on. In fact, this guy has got first place with 3 people not even putting him on the list. Those 3 people are Alfie, Tyler, and Yaz. With 59 points out of 90. 59. Oh, hold on.
From Yaz's opinion all day.
Hold on. Before we go on to number 1, hold on. I'm hearing murmurs in my ear. Hold on. Furhat has joined us.
Yes, sir.
Furhat 2K.
Hello.
We had a question, just one question. We wanted to know, we're not going to spoil the rest of the video for you, but we wanted to know why Luka Modric wasn't considered box to box for you. How are you? Anyway, go on.
Oh, bro, I'm blessed. Thank you. I consider him box to box. I just think only performance wise, not name. I don't think he's top 10 this season for my box to boxes.
Oh, so you consider him
he's
just
not
not good?
Yeah, like bro, he's maybe top 15.
What? Top 15.
Maybe top 15, bro.
I'm lost for words. That's not.
Wow.
That's
not what
I just thought you didn't consider him a box to box.
Yeah, I need
the
to
fact
see the
you don't
10
consider him top
midfielders.
10 blows my mind.
I need
That
to see
blows
the
my
10
mind.
midfielders
enough.
that he considered better than Luka Modric.
You'll see
I can't
Furhat's
wait to
list,
see Furhat's list.
on the video.
It don't matter what season we want to pick.
Okay, no, interesting. Fair enough. Furhat, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to just give us a little thought there.
Yeah, bro, I'm telling you though, he's top 15 maybe.
I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know.
Nah, people, we're just interested to know. That's all.
Bro, like I'm telling you, even Kovacic and Brozovic and all them guys, like they keep up with him, man.
Yeah, fair enough. It wasn't only you, by the way. Just so don't panic too much. It wasn't only you, but fair enough. Have a wonderful day, Furhat.
Have a blessed day,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Love.
In a bit. Sorry, I had to just DM him real quick to ask him to give me.
No, that makes sense. I had to hear that for myself, otherwise I wouldn't have believed it. I just
Yeah,
couldn't.
Fez. There we go. As I was saying, number 1. 3 people do not have this guy at all. It's Alfie, Tyler, and Yaz. 59 points. His name is Kevin De Bruyne. I guess we have to start with Yaz because Yaz. Yeah.
It's one of those ones where I just like you know how Mav and Ali said they don't view Odegaard as an 8. I don't view De Bruyne as an 8, which
I hear that. He's a
sounds
right
good,
winger,
right?
innit? I hear that.
Yeah, he's like a wing 10 kind of person. Guy receives the ball like high up the pitch as a 10 and then like goes out wide, cross it to Haaland because he's a nerd and can't do anything else really. It's that's the only explanation I have. I considered him, but upon further review, I just didn't see like what makes him an 8. I would love to hear it though. Like, what you think makes him an 8?
Do you know what? I will take back my concerns that you had regarding Bellingham, not because of the positions, but because I also have KDB very high up, but I'm gonna ride out and agree on why he shouldn't be on the list. I have KDB in second place actually, and I only had him second because I said I refuse to have him first on this list because obviously, defensively, I don't really see him do that much. He's not the one that's picking the ball up from that deep, really. Like you said, he picks the ball up, gets it on the wing, and just spams those crosses, like world class. But I put him in because I'm respecting what he's doing in it. Like, fair play, the consistency to keep on spamming those crosses as accurately as you do to Erling Haaland every single time. Like, kudos to you, bro. You know, and would I take him in my team? Of course I would. Like, he would fit fantastically into any team. But I'll let Ali and Mav take the floor because they both have him in first place.
Yeah, I don't see how. Well, he doesn't fall into any other category, innit? Like, he doesn't. I don't see him falling into a 10 because he just doesn't play there. Man City don't really play with.
He's a right winger.
I feel like that's a stretch, like a very big stretch.
Oh, so Man City don't play with 10s, so therefore it can't be a 10. But Arsenal, suddenly Odegaard is a 10 for you when we don't play 10.
Yeah, but he is a 10 though. Like De Bruyne,
go on.
De Bruyne has never really been a 10. He's never really played as a 10.
Last year he defo did, but that's last year.
What, week in, week out? Yeah.
He played false 9 quite a bit of the season as well. So
false 9 is not a 10.
I know. I'm just saying he played a lot further. He played a lot further up the pitch last season.
He doesn't need to be the most like defensively awake and putting in hella tackles, but he covers spaces and he does actually run in it. He's not as if he's lazy on the pitch. And then going forward, he's clinical. Like he'll create anything out of something out of nothing.
Just seems like he's just feeding off the work of Bernardo or Gundogan. Like, I see Bernardo. When he said Bernardo's an 8,
they won't start in the play from deep.
Yeah, I hear it, right? Like, that makes sense. But KDB, I don't know. It's a weird
because
one.
he's so
Especially
good in that half of the pitch that you don't want him wasting energy down there. Like, you want him where he's gonna affect the game, where it matters more.
Yeah, but it doesn't count for Odegaard, does it, Ali? Yeah, interesting. I'm gonna keep on saying that, by the way, just so you know. Every time you say these points, they are exact reasons why you should have Odegaard, but it's okay. Mav, I haven't heard from you on KDB.
Okay, so I wanted Ali to go first for a very good reason, and that reason is, for me, I don't count KDB as a box to box. He goes in the Odegaard category for me, which is again, in the modern game he does do a lot more box to box stuff. He doesn't count as a box to box. However, he's the best midfielder in the world, and for that reason, in a midfield list, he's number 1 for me, and that's it. You're just gonna have to deal with it. That's it.
So do you know what? I'm making an executive decision. So 2 of the people that have made this guy go so high up, obviously his first place, myself and Mav, don't even want him in that list. So I'm taking away 19 points.
Whoa!
KDB now 4.
No, we're not. We can't do that. We can't do that.
No, minus points.
So I'll do a whole new list.
How are we arguing for him to not even be there? He might as well be 4th.
Yeah, no. It doesn't matter. I've stuck with my guns in other lists, right, where players don't really play that position, but they're the best in the world or they're best here, and I've put them there. And that is, and I knew I was going to have to say this. I thought I'd have to say it a lot more than what I didn't think anyone really would put in box to box. I thought I was going to have to argue this one.
A weird one, because he said he falls in the Odegaard category, but Odegaard is not on the list.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Odegaard's not in Mav's list.
No.
So Odegaard's not in that top
difference
10.
between Odegaard and De Bruyne is Odegaard is not the best midfielder in the world, so he's not in the list.
All right,
because
next question.
like I said,
next question. Hold on, next question. So KDB best in the world, fine. I've let you have that. That's why Odegaard's not in there. So why is Bruno in there?
Because he's played there this season, so I put him there. Because again, he's played there, so I've put him there, like I've done with other people. If they played there,
Odegaard is not on your list.
Nope.
But these other names are in that list for reasons that are
so Bruno, I agree with that.
So you find that Bruno is better than Odegaard in your opinion?
No, I find he has had to play very, very deep recently, and I like him there, so I've put him in my list.
Okay, you don't like Odegaard. Fair enough. Okay.
No, I love Odegaard.
Doesn't like Odegaard.
I love Odegaard. No, I'm not letting you put that in my mouth. I love Odegaard.
You like Bruno more.
If we do a tens list, let's do a tens list. And Odegaard, you'll see where Odegaard is for me in a tens list, okay? I'll put him in there then. And Bruno will be back in there, and KDB will be back in there.
You're gonna put CR7 there.
Like I said, deal with it.
Fair enough. Well, just for clarity anyway, the list will be on the screen for everyone to see regardless. But Ali, Mav, Drew, Aaron and Furhat gave KDB 10 points. I gave him 9. The rest of them, that's Yaz, Alfie and Tyler, did not give him a single point. So, to wrap up, we have number 10, Zambo Anguissa. Number 9, Seko Fofana. Number 8, Pedri. Number 7, Gundogan. 6, Xhaka. 5, Valverde. 4, Bellingham. 3, Odegaard. 2, Luka Modric. And number 1 is KDB. Hopefully you man enjoyed this video. A lot of controversy as per usual. Leave your top 10s in the comments below or in the live chat if you're currently watching, whatever, blah 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 blah. Let us know whose list is a stinker from what you see on your, what am I pointing, on my right, I guess, whatever. Other than that, follow these man on their socials, on their Twitches, Twitters, whatever platform you want to use. Like I said, hopefully Arsenal can even just keep it to like 1 or 2 goals. Don't let it be 4 or 5-0. With that being said, have a wonderful week. In a bit. Safe.